But then the other element with people pleasers is that we usually get affirmation from other people, from words of affirmation, out of people being like, oh, she would give her last. So Big Mama would give her last. Big Mama shouldn't be giving her last. I had the craziest dream. First of all, my dreams always be crazy, okay? Wait, oh, hold on. Y'all see me? She got the lock curls today. Let's talk about it. So I was at a super moon last night. Was it a super moon? I saw some stuff, full moon, super moon, like it was a full moon, okay? March 7th. I'm recording this today, March 8th, which is actually International Women's Day, okay? So shout out to y'all. I know y'all getting this hella late, but I got a little bit of a content schedule. So anywho, but I had this breakthrough recently because I'm talking about the stuff that y'all, I'm letting go, okay? And I think maybe I'll show y'all the process of this painting. And I love that her back is to the viewer. So you seeing her from behind as she's walking away. She's leaving her old situation, walking into a new one. And I feel like it's perfect timing that I'm working on this piece, because this genuinely feels like the journey that I'm stepping into. Let me tell y'all about this dream, no, but I do want to tell y'all the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because I feel like it can help somebody, and like the energy of the dream felt like it needed to be shared, and it felt like my story, but also like a story that somebody else could learn too. And it was really about people pleasing, and that's one of the things that I'm letting go of this year. But I felt like in the way that it was so crazy. Like some of the dreams be so obvious and clear that it'd be like, yeah, girl, let me tell you about this dream. So we were on this, it felt like maybe amusement park or some sort of carnival or some sort of like event. We were on this platform, but it was elevated in the sky, as if we were on a crane that was up in the sky, but it had like this ledge to it, this platform. And so people were on it, like getting on it as like a ride, so you could see the city and see like the skyline, right? But on this crane, like one of the links broke, so like the whole platform like dropped, okay? And we had to get everybody off before the thing fell to save everybody, right? And so first of all, I'm the first one in a dream to volunteer, like, okay, I'll help, okay? The mission was we had to get people from the platform into the safe space, and we had to get them through this window, but it was like a couple feet off the ground in order to get them up off the platform into the window to the safe space, right? Here is a part of the dream that was interesting, y'all. One, I had volunteered my time to stay on the platform to escort every person off the platform to their safe space, okay? But that's great, that's beautiful. Hey, get it, girl, okay? Help the people, okay? Here was the thing though, I kneeled down on one knee, got down on one knee so that people could step on my knee as like an elevation point to step up and go into the window. The issue was there were already steps. So it's like, why are you kneeling, having people step on you to literally go to this safe place when there's already stairs that people can use? You know, so it's like, it's kind of different of like, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like, okay, there aren't any steps, there aren't any tools, there aren't any resources to help people. Like, no, there were literally steps. And I remember in a dream, like kneeling down, and these were full grown adults, okay? Because I do remember a dream, it was like a full amusement park. People of all ages, colors, creeds, sizes, everything. So I remember distinctly in my mind feeling like I was being helpful for the kids. Like I was like lifting the kids up, and they kind of like needed help, and I was like passing them through the window, you know, and they were like kind of scared, and I was like, oh, it's okay, come on, you know, like helping them through. But then to have like grown adults stepping on your knee, and I remember like feeling pain. I remember like my leg feeling in pain, and like, I don't know if in like real life, you know, sometimes you have pain in a dream, but in like real life, your knee being crushed, so you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't know if maybe that's what was happening in real life, but I remember feeling pain in my leg from where people were stepping. And I remember looking over and seeing the steps were there, and thinking to myself in the dream like, oh, you actually don't have to kneel and let people use your thigh as a stepping stool. You can literally just let them use the steps that are already there. But I remember thinking in my dream like, no, I should let them step on my leg. Like, no, I'm being a good person. Like I'm being altruistic. Like I'm being like Mother Teresa. You know, I should be applauded for my heroicism. And I was like, ooh. In a dream, everybody made it safe, okay? But the thing was, I got a level of like ecstasy from feeling like I was helping people. And I think that's beautiful. First of all, I think people pleasers, they genuinely get joy from helping other people, but it was almost like this level of pride beyond pride, almost superiority. Okay, like where I was superior because of my martyrdom. And when that truth came out though, I was like, oh, are you actually giving to give from your heart, or are you giving to receive? And that's a different energy, you know? First of all, the laws of the universe are the laws of the universe. Give and you shall receive, period. But there's still importance in intentionality, and it's also important to keep in mind why you're doing stuff, you know? And I think having that realization was like, oh, first of all, you people pleasing because it's giving you this validation as if you're a great person. You like getting your rocks off that way. But then the other element with people pleasers is that we usually get affirmation from other people, just out of, you know, out of thanks and out of gratitude, from words of affirmation, out of people being like, oh, she would give her last. So Big Mama would give her last. Big Mama shouldn't be giving her last. First of all, can we not even ask for Big Mama's last? Like, what, can Big Mama have something too? Like, yeah, y'all know this is real big in the Black community, okay? Black women, Black mothers will give their last, and I just feel like, ooh. Why do I be having breakthroughs on the camera, y'all? Why do I be having breakthroughs? Because we about to talk about this. Ooh, is she giving sunlight? Okay, because here's the other thing. Jesus.
Oh, God.
Be going there? Why you gotta go there? Like in every video, she gotta go deep. Here's the thing. As children, we're taught to emulate different people that our culture sort of praised. So of course, if if there was like celebrity culture where you loved the musician, the actor, the singer, the rock star, you know, you might have seen that person and looked up to them like, oh, I want to be like them. Or maybe you were like raised on Marvel movies and you're like, I want to be like Spider-Man, like a superhero, somebody strong like Thor, like, you know. But for me, for somebody who was like raised in a church, our heroes were martyrs. Our heroes were givers. Our heroes were selfless beings. And I think that's beautiful, but I think it can be dangerous. I think giving is so important, but I think that there has to be a balance, because I don't think that martyrdom is healthy, y'all. I feel like there's so many people out here killing themselves, trying to be people pleasers, but it really comes down to some unhealed wounds within themselves where they feel like they have to be people pleasers in order to get validation or acceptance or love from the outside world. And let me know in the comments if this is resonating with anybody, but I know this is just something that I've been unpacking on my own journey lately. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting when it comes down to different religious doctrines that sort of educate their congregations around certain behaviors of obedience, sacrifice, and martyrdom. It can be dangerous for society and for a group of people, especially marginalized people who are sort of like indoctrinated and assimilated into the American way through the tools like the Bible. And when you peel back the layers of the Bible and really expose the heavy mysticism and occult science that's in it, I feel like I'm just re-falling in love with the Bible from the perspective of a mystic instead of like a Christian. But anywho, yeah, I'm just like really letting go a lot of my limiting beliefs, and that's just one of them. She's on the road again. Y'all, it's like always a mess in my car. Okay, we out in the university district, okay? I love it where the kids be at. You know, that's where the college kids be at. Shout out to you, Dub. That's where your girl did her TED Talk. I know we're talking about people pleasing and just like different limiting beliefs. There is a difference between people pleasing and doing great work for the community, okay? So I don't even want this to be like looped up into that, but there is a way where, hold on, y'all. They got major construction going on out here. Cause we hear about people pleasing all the time, but sometimes it's just like doing good work for good people. You know what I mean? And so I think those are the tricky moments where it could be like, those are the tricky moments where you just like, man, but I really want to do this work. This is really great. This person is doing great work. I really support their mission and their vision. You know, so I think even beyond people pleasing, there's also just a genuine caringness that we have as human beings who want to help people out here. And I think that's phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, if anything, I wish there were more people out here trying to help people. But I think, oh, it came to me. Okay, oh, there it go. There it go. The same way you worried about other people, give the same level of care to yourself as well. And so when I think about this martyrdom sort of like mentality, it makes me think about like, okay, there can definitely be a balance between helping people and not dying. You know what I mean? Like we sort of, like we think like, oh, it has to be like these two extremes. Like I have to like give my last till there's nothing left. Or I have to be completely selfish. No, bitch, I'm about to put myself first. Look, I'm about to put me first. Like, no, there can be a balance. I think my whole theme in life is just about balance, okay? I don't know if I even mentioned this to y'all, but one of my exhibits, actually my first solo exhibit. Now I know I got a first solo exhibit on my channel, but technically that wasn't my first solo exhibit. I'll talk about that another time, okay? But the name of that exhibit was, which is my middle name, Octavia. A Gemini trying to balance the poles. And literally, that's my life. That's who I am. I'm a Gemini trying to balance the poles. And so I feel like I'm trying to find a balance of contributing to people, supporting the people in the projects that I'm really passionate about, while still giving myself that same level of support and commitment and dedication and discipline. There 100% can be a balance. You can give that same energy to yourself as well while still support others. But now I think it's important to just like analyze, how much am I giving away and how much am I receiving? The thing is, it doesn't always have to be from other people. Like, oh, how much they paying me, how much they giving me. No, it's like, how much energy are you giving yourself? You know, have I taken a bath today? Have I did my skincare today? Have I stayed hydrated today? You know, like we be out here, serving people so much, a bitch be getting lightheaded. I'm like, did I eat? Like, what are you doing? Did you eat today? Okay, check in. Have you ate today? Did you drink some water today? You good? Okay, just checking in. Not me getting a text that I haven't did my art homework. I'm gonna send that email, I promise. Here was another limiting belief. The meanings in my paintings might isolate some people. Yeah, I've just come to the fact that, yeah, it might. And also, you can't make art for the whole world. Like, you don't represent the entire world. And if you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. And you end up, the last person you end up pleasing is yourself, you know. And on this creative journey, I'm really here to enjoy my creative work. Like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think like sometimes artists, we feel like everything has to be this like altruistic community outreach program to save the, you know, to save the little black babies. Now I think that's, girl, stop. I think that's important work, okay? I want to acknowledge that that's important work, but I also want, and maybe I'm just trying to convince myself on this journey that what I'm creating is also important, even if everybody can't resonate with that, and everybody isn't supposed to resonate with it. And I think this has really been coming up lately because I'm exploring different elements in my work. And so when you come from me creating works that were, I feel like very, what's a good word for my previous work? One, beautiful. Okay, let me acknowledge that I do create beautiful work, but the other word I think would be like commercial, maybe, like easily accessible to the masses, like nothing really going too deep intellectually. Now, of course, I have, what's crazy is like if you actually peel back the layers of my previous work, there were a lot of connections in there that I don't even talk about a lot, but I think part of me has an insecurity to talk about it, or maybe not an insecurity, but just like kind of going back to that people pleasing, just not want to alienate people, not want to go too deep with people. But I think I do a disservice to my genuine supporters and the people who really do want to have those deep talks, because I feel like if I'm yearning for something like that too, I know there has to be other people out in the world who are yearning for the same level of depth and connection and spirituality and mysticism and, I don't know, maybe like cosmic conversations, you know. And I just want to acknowledge y'all. I just want to thank y'all for even making me feel safe in this place where I can have these conversations with y'all. Now I know the internet is the last from a safe place, okay, but like our little corner of the internet has been beautiful thus far, and I see it continue to grow and to be beautiful. And so yeah, it's funny because I haven't uploaded the tarot video yet or the visual diary existential crisis video, but just the stuff that I shared so far y'all have just really made me feel comfortable in this space. And so y'all, the other thing that like, and I just feel like I want to encourage the artists out there who are maybe going through the same similar mindset that I'm going through. What I'm learning is that the world is so big. It's like you don't even need, sometimes we think like, oh, I gotta be this huge iconic pop star, this like I gotta have like 1 million subscribers, and I gotta be performing on the Coachella stage and winning the Nobel Peace Prize, like all these grandeur moments. And those moments are beautiful, but the world is so big. And as the world grows, it reminds me that we only just need a fraction of it. And even with the internet, like even having my 7,000 subscribers over here has already made me feel so full and has already impacted my life in more ways that I could even imagine, you know. And I'm just like, man, it really don't even take as much as you think it does to make an impact on the world, to make an impact on yourself, and to share your creative outlet with the world, you know. And so I'm just learning, like, even if I do go into this sort of like cosmic mysticism space, there's gonna be people out there for it. Like clearly, because my DMs stay full of people wanting me to create a tarot deck, okay? So it's like, of course there's people out there for it. And I think what's even more beautiful is that now, I'm just so grateful. Let me shout out the person who said this comment too. Their channel is called These Girls Are Loved. Okay, thank you so much for your comment. She said, okay, I'm so proud of you for this message. I love what you said about the soul contract. Y'all, it's real. And I feel like for the messages that I want to share, I just like, I came at the perfect time where it feels like the world is ready to receive that. And maybe not the whole world, and I think that's what I need to wrap my brain around. Girl, the whole world don't have to be ready to receive whatever, like, you know, deep metaphysical spiritual black girl magic shit. Like if the whole world ain't ready for that, that's whatever. That ain't none of your business, okay? But the fraction of people who are ready for that, you are now going to be here on a time where that's all you really need is a fraction of people, you know. And so the internet is just reminding me that the tools are available, and that we are in a time now where we're almost like some of the spiritual mysticism, like new age spirituality stuff is becoming more popularized. And so I know people feel like negative about that, but for people who have been in sort of like spiritual closet for a while, and I know for me, of anything, I feel like it has just felt like even more of a safe space to have these conversations, you know. And so y'all, thank you so much for joining me over here today. Did I not even introduce myself? She just dived in deep, like she didn't warm it up or nothing. If you made this far, you an OG. Like, you probably aren't new here, but if you are new here, check out some of the other videos that we have. And super special shout out to my patrons, who are the people who like, girl, we got you, okay? Don't even worry about all the other stuff. Keep on breaking free from those limiting beliefs and keep on going. That's what they remind me every single day, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Dive in deep to the other things, the videos that we have on the channel, and of course the shop, okay? All the goodies that's in the shop at shop.aohammer.com. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.